The biggest mistake that I see most founders make is not using a lead magnet. So in this video, I'm showing you how to book 40 plus calls a month using the humble lead magnet, following the exact same principles that Alex Hormozi uses, Sabri Subi, Iman Ghazi, and this handsome man here. So most people try to sell first, but that's the biggest mistake that you can possibly make. All right, so the top operators make the call feel like the obvious next step, and the best way to do that is with a lead magnet. So I'm going to show you the lead magnets that I use, the lead magnets that these guys use, and give you some ideas for yourself. So why should you listen to me? First off, I have generated over $10 million in pipeline and $8.5 million in revenue for our clients at Dopamine Digital using the exact same strategies, flooding business owners, service-based business owners with leads every single month using one of the lead magnets that I'm going to reveal that they pay me thousands of dollars to set up for them, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So first off, the ugly truth is that getting people on calls is actually harder than closing them, believe it or not, because this button here is the scariest button on the internet. And so if closing was the problem, even a kid with a sales script would be a millionaire. But the real game comes in building a relationship with the prospect and building trust and getting them to trust you with your money. Now, that doesn't happen on the sales call. It happens before they get on the sales call. And actually, 60% of people that book a call with you have already decided to purchase. Think about that. Most of the people who you speak to on a sales call that you think, okay, this sales call, I'm going to have to do some wizardry to close them, they have already decided whether or not they want to purchase. And so a lead magnet builds that relationship and engages the law of reciprocity and does all these other amazing things, and it's absolutely something you should be using in your business. And if you're not, you are a brokey who's leaving thousands of dollars on the table a day. So the reason why lead magnets are so powerful is it solves the awareness problems, right? And so I'm going to talk about this in just a second here with this pyramid, but what you need to understand is that a lead magnet is not just something cool that you give away for free. It should educate the prospect and move them up the awareness pyramid. So Hormozi uses this strategy at acquisition.com. Sabri uses this strategy at King Kong for his agency. Iman uses this strategy for all of his monetized events, and I use this at our agency at Dopamine Digital. And they all earn the conversation before I ask for it, and let me prove it to you. So awareness, like the most important thing that you can learn as a business owner or as a marketer or as somebody that wants to sell anything to anybody, is that people exist on different awareness levels on this pyramid. And this is something that was popularized by Chet Holmes, but actually it was talked about in Breakthrough Advertising by Eugene Schwartz. I'm just looking at the book. And I talk about this all the time because it's so important. So you've got the people who are the most aware prospects, and it's typically about 3% of your whole entire audience, your total addressable market, are aware of you, that they have a problem, that there is a solution, and that they are willing to take some kind of an action. But most are completely unaware that you exist, that the problem exists, or that there's a solution that exists, or is a product that solves that problem. So it's our job to walk them up this awareness pyramid, educate them, and a lead magnet is a perfect way of doing that. So let's look at how real operators actually use lead magnets to do these things. Hormozi uses his personalized scaling roadmap, and so he uses a bunch of AI stuff to do some fancy stuff on the back end, and it gives you a roadmap in less than 30 seconds, and 250,000 business owners have used it. Now, I have done this, and it was pretty impressive how it picked out the constraints of my business with just asking me a handful of questions. And the awareness level here is that most are problem aware or partially solution aware, right? So they know growth is hard. They don't know what to do to fix it. And so this roadmap makes them solution aware. So it reveals a problem to them. And now all of a sudden they're like, all right, well, how do I solve that problem? Well, the next logical step is to book a call with his team and to go to one of his workshops so that you can find the exact step-by-step process, right? You cannot sell a solution to someone who doesn't know which problem matters and what the solution looks like. So this is really important. I'll read this again. You cannot sell a solution to somebody who doesn't know which problem matters or what the solution looks like, or even that they have a problem to begin with. So most of you are trying to sell a solution to people who don't, like, most of you are trying to sell a solution to somebody that's in the completely unaware stage. At the best case, you're trying to sell a solution to somebody that's only problem aware. They don't even know that a solution exists. And so you need to show them. They don't know what you know, all right? And so you can't sell a solution to somebody that isn't solution aware. It sounds basic, but this is like 101 stuff, guys. And like, if you're wondering if any more sexy funnels or any sexy marketing or that UGC content or TikTok ads is going to work for you, the answer is probably not. It's all to do with understanding your target audience, where they are on that awareness pyramid, and making them a fantastic, irresistible offer. Everything else is kind of fluff. So Sabri Subi uses this, and he runs paid traffic to a free lead magnet. So he spends $10, $15, $20 acquiring somebody to go to this page and opt into a free thing because he knows he monetizes them on the back end. That's how powerful these lead magnets are. So he's selling to a solution-aware audience. He runs Facebook ads to this SEO Secrets Black Book landing page, which is a really fantastic one. I've broken it down many times. So they know ads, funnels, and SEO exist. They just don't trust agencies yet, and they want to try it out themselves. So the lead magnet he uses gives a named method with a step-by-step system and multiple stacked magnets. So he uses, he's got a Facebook ads magnet, a lead magnet. He's got an SEO lead magnet. And so the reason why this works is that it's branded mechanisms reduce uncertainty, first of all. So if you just call it a whole bunch of SEO lessons, nobody's going to give a flying hoot. But because he calls it the Ultimate SEO Secrets Black Book, 8 bulletproof strategies to open up the floodgates to free traffic, and then the sales page is fantastic, it works really well. And each mechanism moves belief one step forward. So by the time that they want to book a call, they're already sold on Sabri's way. And then the genius part of this funnel is that once you opt into the lead magnet, not only do you get added to his newsletter and then retargeted 1,000 times, but it also dumps you on a 30-minute VSL page where it takes you from completely problem unaware to most aware and gets you to book a call. And so this is one of the best VSLs I have ever seen on the internet. It's so engaging and it's so hard to not watch the whole thing. It's fantastic. And then Iman does something similar, right? So he's got 5 days to copy my AI system and start generating income online in 2026. Get my free ticket. So his lead magnets, because his audience is a bit more broad, he needs to have a longer engagement with the audience to move them up that awareness pyramid. Because some are unaware, some are problem aware, some are solution aware. It's a very mixed and broad traffic. So the lead magnets that he's using here are workshops, webinars, free trainings, and challenges because they work really well for his audience. These workshops turn cold traffic into educated buyers in one sitting. And because it's live, it's more impactful than recorded. If we go back to Hormozi's proof checklist, you'll know this. And then only the most engaged end up purchasing. So how does like what I do fit into this, right? So if you go to dopamine-digital.io, you will see that if you come to the offer, get a free growth plan and a Loom video delivered to your inbox in just 72 hours without getting on a sales call. And it's genuinely free, and I genuinely do this. And you just go through, fill out a couple of details about your business, and I go through, audit the whole thing, and then I take 3 to 4 hours to put together this growth plan for you that's custom. It's not some AI slop. And then I will record a Loom video just like this, breaking it down and send it to you. And the goal is to show you that I am such an authority in the space that even knowing just a handful of details about your business, I can show you the exact steps to grow it from afar and without a sales conversation in place. So I add a ton of value to, and I have genuinely charged, I've charged $499 for these calls. So just to show you that I'm not full of it, I have charged $499 for this exact thing, and you are getting it for free. You are getting it for free by going to dopaminedigital.io. And so that's the idea of that. That's the lead magnet that I offer. That's one of the lead magnets. Another lead magnet that I offer, well, first of all, the awareness level of people who come here and fill out this form are problem aware, but they're skeptical and they've been burned by agencies before, and they've been promised the world and not been able to deliver. So they're sick and tired of being sold a lie or being sold to on the phone. I've noticed a lot of people. So my first lead magnet comes with a free growth audit and a custom plan, again, delivered without a sales call. It removes pressure, it proves competency on my part, and it creates reciprocity, which is a powerful psychological trigger in purchasing. The audit earns the follow-up, and then the call becomes the obvious next step and not a pitch. So I don't ask for calls. I give people a reason to want one. And to be honest, I want to protect my time because the calls take a lot of energy out of me, and I don't want to speak to somebody that isn't going to potentially become a client. So I would rather put together a plan and say, like, here is your value. Come back when you're ready, and if you want to work with me, I'm here. If not, that's fine. So I'm the doctor. That's the frame that I like to approach these conversations with. You are stepping into my office. You have all these symptoms that you want help with. You want a prescription from me, and you want my expert advice. I'm the doctor. You are here asking for my help. If I am going to prescribe you a bunch of medication and I'm going to tell you how to fix your problem and you're not going to do it, I don't want to waste my time. You don't want to waste your time. What are we doing here, right? So that's the frame that I come into these conversations with. The second lead magnet, which is the thing that I use on a colder audience that are maybe not solution aware and maybe not even problem aware, is the podcast method. So I outreach to people and I invite them on my podcast. We have a conversation. They get their value by getting content delivered to them, and it establishes a relationship before any transaction happens, and it creates reciprocity without selling. So the call after that is implied, not pitched. And oftentimes, I will hear them say specific things on that call, which will reveal to me that they have a problem. And then I will ask them questions about that problem and then talk to them about potentially a solution. Like, first of all, I will get them to admit that they have a problem. Sometimes people are like, I've never heard it worded like that before. I guess you're right. That is a problem. So, again, these are different lead magnets for different parts of the awareness pyramid. So the podcast oftentimes is a good section of problem aware or completely unaware, in which case we speak to each other, we build a relationship, we build trust, and then I'm able to reveal that they have a problem and then get them to admit it and then move them up. And a lot of the time, the people I'm speaking to in an audit are solution aware. They just are a little bit skeptical and they need a little bit of convincing. And if I can show them authority and that I am different, then they will take the next step. So, like, really, the secret to ads is understanding this. The secret to business is understanding this. The secret to sales is understanding this. The secret to lead magnets is understanding this pyramid, and that all of your prospects currently exist on that spectrum, and you are trying to push the same sales message to all people, and that's why it's not working. So the goal isn't to convince somebody to talk to you. It's to make talking to you the obvious next step. And most lead magnets fail either because they have the wrong offer or they are targeting the wrong awareness level. So it's so important, guys. A lead magnet is not just one thing. It's a bridge between where the prospect is now and where you want them to be. And ideally, that's on a call, speaking to you about working together. And so match the lead magnet to the awareness level. So if you just look at what I just showed you here, you've got problem unaware people, all right? So you give them a diagnostics lead magnet. Tell them what's wrong. Show them what's wrong. Reveal to them something that's wrong. An audit call or a Loom video breakdown or some kind of roadmap like Hormozi does. Solution unaware people, give them a method. So show them your unique system, right? So put together a plan, or make them watch a VSL with your proprietary unique mechanism 5-step system, you know, and that's what I do on the site here. I talk about my 5-step AI growth engine. Then you've got people who are skeptical on your way of doing things, and so you give them an experience, like let them feel the result. So this works if people are really closed off and they have been burned before, and you giving them just a tiny bit of value is 100 times more than what anyone else has ever given them. And then broad traffic, which is obviously going to be mostly completely unaware. And for those types of people, a webinar or a workshop where you can educate them at scale and walk them up step by step. The difference, the hard thing here is that you need to hold attention for oftentimes multiple hours. It's difficult to get done. So match the awareness level or the call will not happen. And then permission-based follow-ups. So cold follow-ups feel spammy, but lead magnet follow-ups feel like a consistent check-in. So the chain looks like this. You give them the lead magnet. This creates context, right? And so now you can come back and say, hey, John, thanks for downloading the lead magnet. You know, most people read section 3 of the Ads Mastery 2.0 place, have the same question. So happy to walk you through this if helpful. Or did you check out this particular thing? I think it's really going to help. And it gives you permission to hop on a call. So they don't just attract attention, they create shared context. And that shared context gives you the permission to reach out and ask to get on a follow-up call. Or a lot of the time, they will take the next step themselves. So if you learn nothing else from this, the main thing to take away is that if your lead magnet is so good, they feel like they should have paid for it, the call is already won. So I have charged several $100s for the audit and the Loom video before, and hopefully when you receive it, you look at it and you're like, oh my God, wow, damn, how is he doing this? Like, how is he running a business, making all these videos, and then he's taking the time to look at my little old business and break it all down like this? I should have paid for that. Damn, maybe if I get on a call with him, I wonder what his paid stuff is like. If he's doing this for free, like, what is the value that he's adding when I pay him to become a client? Oh my God. So if you want to check out what that looks like and what that funnel looks like, go to dopaminedigital.io, click this purple button. There's a 3 or 4 minute form. If you fill it out, you give me context, I will dive in and I will break down your entire business. I'll audit the entire thing, put together a comprehensive growth plan and a Loom video that you should be paying several $100s for, but it's completely free for you because I know that there are many people out there who are at different stages of awareness, and if I can deliver you a ton of value on the front end without asking for anything in return and move you up this pyramid, you will become most aware, and I will engage the law of reciprocity, and I will get you to want to work with me so you will stick longer, pay me more, refer your friends, get better results. Everybody wins. So if you do not have a lead magnet, you absolutely 100% need to do it, because if Alex Hormozi, Sabri Subi, and Iman Gadzi, and me, and all these people that you know, like, and trust still have to put lead magnets out in front of you before they ask for your business, then what on earth are you doing thinking that you can just ask for the sale without doing that first? So, hopefully that was impactful. The TLDR is go out and build a lead magnet. If you want to see a lead magnet at work, click the link below and fill out the form, and I will audit your entire business. And that'll be my lead magnet, and I will blow your socks off. All right, thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next one.